So buying food and paying rent does not come close to being reparations at all.
As conversations heat up about what reparations should look like for descendants of American slavery, some organizations like Reparations Roundtable are emerging with more of a hands-on approach.
But just feeling like there was a place where I could step in and really make a difference, like one-on-one in someone's lives.
But others say helping with everyday needs is a far cry from what really constitutes as reparations.
In no way, and I underscore no way, does this act represent reparations.
However, for 36-year-old LaShonda Doxtator, a mother of 6 kids, she is in full support of online groups raising money to help Black people in need. In early 2019, she moved from her hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin to Oshkosh, Wisconsin because of the rise in street violence in her hometown. But when she reached her destination, she found herself low on money.
Upon moving to another city where I didn't know anyone, I kind of came into a hardship where my lights were being turned off.
Doxtator says she isn't close with her family, so she turned to the next best place for help, Facebook. That's where she found Reparations Roundtable.
She basically said that they were going to help me with covering my rent, covering my light bill, which they did. And it's been a constant relationship since then.
Reparations Roundtable is an organization made up of mostly white people from across the country. It's been around since 2017 and has distributed nearly $400,000 to families. The process begins when a person in need requests help on the group's Facebook page. After an interview process, group members tap into their networks to raise money.
We had a contribution of $500 come in the last week, but also we have $5 and $10 coming in regularly. So it's all of us reaching out to the folks that we know and asking each of them to say, what can you give?
Dr. Joyce Hope Scott has dedicated her entire career to the study and advocacy of reparations. She says while it's admirable of groups like Reparations Roundtable to help Black people in need, she does have a big problem with them using the term reparations.
Repair, reparations, restorative justice, restitution, and all of that has to do with repair for the damage, psychological, spiritual, cultural, the theft, the abuse that happened and is ongoing, happening every day.
Dr. Hope Scott points to the long history of reparations since the days of slavery, from the first recorded incident of Belinda Sutton seeking reparations in 1788 to more recently H.R. 40, legislation first introduced in 1989 by the late Representative John Conyers of Michigan. The legislation would establish a committee to study reparations. It wasn't until this year that H.R. 40 finally advanced out of the committee in the House of Representatives.
And here we are today, marking up for the first time in the history of the United States of America, any legislation that deals directly with the years and centuries of slavery.
I would encourage these young people on social media to do some research, okay, and to see what people have been calling for, who have been pushing for reparations, and then they'll get some idea of what people from the affected communities have felt was reparations.
When asked about H.R. 40, Abby Turtelot says Reparations Roundtable has done its research and feels they can't sit back and wait on the government to do its part.
The House bill should be passed and that should be made into law and that should go forward. But we also recognize that we can't rely on the government alone. There's needs right now.
Reporting for Atlanta Black Star, I'm Cavante Smalls.